Hello and welcome to the second episode of Drishti's Art and Culture Revision Series for 2021. Today we'll discuss the important topics that were in news and are probable for the coming prelims. The first topic is Dholavira. Now, why Dholavira was in news? Because it became the first site from Indus Valley Civilization to be included from India in the list of World Heritage Sites. Now, we had discussed in the last episode that Ramappa Temple had become the 39th site to be included in this list. So this one is the 40th site and it is the first site from Indus Valley Civilization. Incidentally, this is the fourth site from Gujarat. Earlier, Champaner Pavagadh Archaeological Park, the heritage city of Ahmedabad, and Rani Ki Vav located in Patan, built in the memory of Bhimadev Solanki, was also included in this list. Now, this Dholavira, this Indus Valley site, was discovered in 1968 by Jagatpati Joshi. Excavation work was later carried on under BIST in 1990s or later 80s even. This is located in Kutch district, Greater Rann of Kutch region, and importantly is located on Tropic of Cancer. Now, it is one of those sites which is not located on any major river bank or like other sites of Indus Valley Civilization are located. Actually, it is located quite inside, as we said, in the Rann of Kutch region. Now, this is the fifth largest site of Indus Valley Civilization. The four other ones are Mohenjo-daro, Ganveriwala and Harappa. These three are in Pakistan, and Rakhigarhi, which is located in Haryana. So these are the first four largest sites. Dholavira is the fifth largest. Moving on further, after inclusion of Dholavira, India became a member of Super 40 Club. That is, 40 sites from these countries are included in the UNESCO's World Heritage List. Earlier, China, Germany, Italy, Spain and France, all of them have more than 40 sites. From India, 32 of them are cultural sites, 7 are natural sites, and 1 is mixed site. Mixed site means it has both cultural as well as natural peculiarities that allow it to become a part of the list, which is Kanchenjunga in Sikkim. Moving on further, the another news item which is important is that UNESCO's tentative heritage list was out and 6 sites from India became a part of this list. If you remember, in the first episode after discussing Ramappa, we discussed 2 more sites, Warangal Fort and a 1000-pillar temple. Both of those sites were a part of, along with Ramappa Temple, a part of tentative list for a year. Out of them, Ramappa got included in the heritage list. Why it is so? Because since 2019, there has been an operational guideline by UNESCO which mandates for each site to first be a part of this tentative list and thereafter they can be a part of the main list. So 6 sites have been added to this tentative list. So overall, 48 sites from India are part of this tentative list. These sites are Ganga Ghat of Varanasi, temples, important temples from Kanchipuram, the most important tiger reserve from MP, Satpura Tiger Reserve, Bheda Ghat, Lamita Ghat, again from MP, famous for its marble, the Narmada Valley area. Then Hire Binakal megalithic site in Karnataka. Megaliths basically were burial structures, but they also had other ritual uses, and that is why the site has been included. And Maratha military architecture. So Maratha military architecture, it includes not only forts but all kinds of medieval architecture like markets and other things. So these 6 sites have been included in this tentative list. Another news item which is important and is related to this whole gamut of things we have been discussing is that Liverpool has been removed from this list of World Heritage Sites. Why it has been removed? Because it has not been able to preserve its heritage value. It has seen a lot of urbanization and it was included in 2004. So from 2004 to 2021, it was in the list, but now it has been removed. And why it has been removed? Due to the devastation of its heritage values caused due to economic activities and development activities. Earlier other two sites that were removed from this list was a wildlife sanctuary in Oman, which was removed in 2007 due to illegal hunting activities that were being carried out here, and the Dresden-Elbe Valley in Germany. It was removed from this list because of a 4-lane motorway bridge, which was supposed to be causing destruction of the heritage value of this site. Now, coming on to another project of UNESCO, which is Historic Urban Landscape Projects. So, two cities or two sites from India, Gwalior and Orcha, have made a place in this Historic Urban Landscape Project for themselves. And remember, this is different from the heritage sites we were discussing. That is also a project of UNESCO. This is also a project of UNESCO, but both are different. Basically, in this project, UNESCO will help in planning for development and management of these cities, along with central government and the corresponding state government, in this case Madhya Pradesh. Apart from Orcha and Gwalior, 6 cities from South Asia, they are already a part of this project, and they include Varanasi from India. Moving on further, again this includes the word heritage, and that is the link. That is the only link here actually. World Heritage Irrigation Structure Sites. Now WHIS sites, this is not recognized by UNESCO, but by a different body called ICID, or International Commission on Irrigation and Drainage. Now this body provides recognition to heritage irrigation structures which are recognized at an international level. Now 4 sites from India this year have received this tag. These 4 sites are Kambam Tank in Andhra Pradesh, Kurnool Kadappa Canal again from Andhra Pradesh, Poru Mamila Tank from Andhra Pradesh, and Dhamapur Lake in Maharashtra. Earlier two sites from Telangana had been included in this list. They were Pedda Cheruvu Tank and Sadarmat Anikat from Telangana. Now, so far, Japan has the highest number of these heritage irrigation structures that have been recognized, followed at a distant place by China, which has 23 such structures. India, Iran, Sri Lanka, they have only 6 heritage irrigation structures that have been recognized. Now, what is the criteria to get this tag? That is, those water storage structures such as tanks, dams, other irrigation other structures that should be at least 100 years old, should be still in a working condition, and should have archival value. Now, the question arises, what is ICID? We should know that it is an international not-for-profit organization, NGO. It was established in 1950, and it has no relation with UNO. That can be a potential question. Basically, it is a professional network of global experts in the field of irrigation, drainage, and flood management. And what they want is to promote the sustainable agricultural water management. Why? Because over 70% of the freshwater usage is devoted at present to agricultural uses. So that is why it is very important, and this work is being done by this organization. And this heritage irrigation structure sites, this is along the same lines of UNESCO's World Heritage Sites. So the line is similar, the organization obviously is different. Moving on further, Kuruba Community, this was in news. Why it was in news? Because they took out a massive rally to urge the Karnataka government to include them in scheduled tribe list. What is important to remember that this tribe belongs to Karnataka. That can be a potential question, and not exactly from art and culture, but since we have discussed scheduled tribes, we should know that the definition of scheduled tribes comes from Article 366 Clause 25, which merely says that all the communities or tribes which are recognized as such by President under as per Article 342 with the concurrence of or with the consultation of Governor of the state, so they can be notified as scheduled tribe. So we have to remember the articles. 366 clause 25 gives the definition. 342 clause 1 tells that President recognizes the scheduled tribes with the consultation of governor. And then Article 342 clause 2 says that Parliament may add or remove any community from this list by making a law. Moving on further, Veer Shaiv Lingayat Community. This community has been in news due to various reasons for last almost 10 years. The presently reason is that they have been asking for 15% reservation in Karnataka. They are a dominant community in Karnataka. A particular subsect actually, Panchamshali Lingayata, they are asking for reservation. And Lingayat community is a subsect of Hinduism, though there was a controversy in 2012 when they wanted to separate. And what is this Lingayat movement? The Lingayat movement is a religious movement that was led by Basav or Basavanna in 12th century. Lingayats are considered to be Basav's followers. They demanded the classification on the basis of karma and not on caste lines. That was the norm, or that is the norm, unfortunately. They opposed idol worship. They went for burial of dead bodies rather than the traditional cremation in Hinduism, and they opposed the idea of reincarnation. So there were certain ideas of traditional Hinduism or Brahmanism which they opposed. They also imbibed certain ideas of Vedas and Upanishads. Moving on further, Bonda Tribe or Remo. So they were in news because COVID infection is spread to their habitat. And important thing to remember is that they belong to Munda ethnic group. More importantly, they are included among PVTGs. We will discuss a bit about PVTGs, but first, what is their location? They are found in Malkangiri district of Orissa. Now, Malkangiri and Niyamgiri, they have been in news often. So remember for this tribe, they are found in Malkangiri. And it is said that they follow a matriarchal society. Women usually marry their husbands who are 10 to 12 years younger to them. So first they take care of their husbands, and then in their older age, husbands take care of them. So quite a different kind of society, in a way progressive too. We just discussed the word PVTGs. Now particularly vulnerable tribal groups. It was this tribe which we just discussed was recognized as PVTGs, we just said. Now PVTGs, they were a creation not of constitution, that can be a potential question, not of constitution, but they were commission recommended it in 1973, and 75 tribal groups till now have been recognized as PVTGs. This number was in a statement asked in UPSC in the last few years, and they are found in almost 18 states of India. Now this scheme of PVTGs is being led by Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Why I am telling you this? Because there can be a question that which among the following ministries was not there at the time of independence. So this ministry was created rather late in 1999. So this is a fact you can remember, along with the fact that PVTGs, this scheme is implemented by Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Moving on to another tribe, Dungaria tribe. Now recently, again, the first case of coronavirus was reported in this tribe, and this tribe is already very susceptible. Why? Due to lack of nutrition, secluded lifestyle. So their immunity level is already very low, and when coronavirus infection was reported, so academics and intellectuals and activists, they pointed out to the potential damage that this epidemic can cause, especially to such susceptible tribes. Now let us know something about Dungaria tribe. It is again one of the PVTGs we just discussed. There are 75 PVTGs. This is one among them. They reside primarily in the Niyamgiri hill range of Orissa. Now Niyamgiri hill range has also been often in news, mostly due to unfortunate reasons. It was in news because of their displacement caused by bauxite mining. That bauxite mining project was being undertaken by Vedanta company. In fact, the famous movie Avatar, several academics during that time when this project was being undertaken, they pointed out to the similarities in the Avatar movie and this this situation which was there before this tribe. So bauxite was mined before the consent of Dungaria Khond tribe, quite against the Forest Right Act's postulates of 2006. But eventually Supreme Court intervened, and then all of the village councils, they refused the permission and their habitat was saved. Even Dongaria, the word Dongar, it comes from the agricultural practice which is done on the slope of the hills. So this is the story behind their name. And these people, they consider that the chief deity of Niyamgiri hill is the one who has given them the right to cultivate and to live and to have their livelihood from this hill. So that is the story about this tribe. Moving on further, we should know that Orissa, it accounts for 9% of the tribal groups in the country. We should remember that maximum percentage is from Mizoram, and among the 75 listed PVTGs, maximum, that is 13, are from Orissa. Moving on to the last tribe of the today and the last topic, Halam Subtribe and the Bru tribe. We will get into the history why this has been in news. Most recently, this has been news because 700 Halam people they returned back to their home from Assam. But what is the history to this violence from which they had fled, and now they are returning back to Tripura, which is their home? So the history is that Brus, one of the two tribes which we just mentioned, Bru or Riang tribe, they came to Tripura. If you look at this map, we have highlighted this portion here. So Bru tribes came to Tripura because they were facing violence in Mizoram. So they came to Tripura in 1997. Now, in 1997, since 1997 they have been living here. Recently, there were clashes with the other tribe, Halam Subtribe, and that Halam Subtribe was several people were forced to move into Assam. So that is the history of violence. They came here to escape ethnic clash in Mizoram. In Tripura, they are recognized as PVTGs, and they were targeted because several people in Mizoram, several dominant groups in Mizoram, they believed that they are not originally of Tripura. So, following 1997, they fled Mizoram, reached Tripura. At the same time, Halam Subtribe is, we are calling it subtribe because it is a subtribe of Kuki-Chin tribes of this Tibeto-Burmese ethnicity, and they are categorized as a scheduled tribe in Tripura. Now, there is a Lingayat river which originates from Mizoram. It forms the boundary of Mizoram and Tripura, enters Assam, and then goes into Bangladesh. So here is Bangladesh, and the people of Halam tribes, they reached Karimganj in Assam by crossing this river. Why I am telling you this? Because now this river also becomes important because this river has been in news. So Lingayat river flows here, and this was the whole story of Halam Subtribe and Bru tribe. So that is all for today's episode. I hope you will get certain important points from today's episode. We wish you all the best. We'll come back soon with another episode with another list of important topics. Thank you.